You know what I was talking earlier about how sometimes it can take a long time to actually complete a service? Some services, they really take about 2.5 hours long. That's on a good smooth flight. Sometimes it can be 3 hours. Who knows? Sometimes it can be 3.5 hours. And here's one of the reasons why. This is me. So this is the flight attendant. We've got a cart. This cart only fits in between the aisles. There are other spaces in the aircraft where they can fit and you put them like this or put them sort of like on an angle. Generally an aircraft is long and it goes down that way, and therefore the carts can only comfortably fit during a service forwards. You can only imagine how long that aircraft is, and you're halfway down that aircraft. Then someone comes up from behind you and taps you on the shoulder, and this person only happens to want to go to the toilet only when there's a cart in the middle of the aisle. Do they go, what a great time to go to the toilet, I'm gonna go right now. There are people at the end of the aircraft, people who haven't been served yet, who are waiting. Cool if they're affected and they're just like, just sit there. This is cool, I've just been waiting forever. But most of the time, there's going to be at least one person who's angry, or fair enough, hangry. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm just gonna go backwards, and if you could just go backwards and come through. Okay, let's do that. Pull the cart to the side over here. Alright, cool. Cheers. And you go back, and you take it back, and then guess what? They're done with the toilet. So guess who's gonna come backwards while you're doing your other cart? Mr. Toilet McToilet. By the way, this is not meant to be gender specific. I'm just saying Mr. Could be a miss, whatever. So then you're over here. This person comes back. They're like, I'm finished. And you're like, oh great. Let me just roll back for you. So you're gonna roll all the way back, roll all the way back. They're gonna come and you're gonna roll all the way back over here. Guess who taps you again? Yeah? Oh, because I went to the toilet, I missed my meal. Do you have any more chicken left? Oh, sorry, I've run out of chicken. I do have the beef stroganoff though. Is that all right? I'll wait for the chicken. I love the chicken. Please, if you can hold on to your pee. Now the last one's gonna be short and sweet, and it's actually not the worst thing in the world. I shouldn't even be saying this because it's part of the service. Just press that call bell. Keep ding, 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 ding through the whole flight. And pressing the call bell every 10 minutes is not very nice. Flight attendants don't just sit there and do nothing. The general gist of things, for a 6-hour flight, there's going to be 2 services, and each of those services, the first service will take an hour and a half long. So that's an hour and a half out of your 6-hour flight, not even including pre-departure service or whatever else, not including even ad hoc duties. So that's an hour and a half. That's for the small service. And there's that little between the 2 services, other things need to be done. You know, I tell you about rounds of drinks, monitoring the toilet, and somewhere along the lines, those people working on the flight need to eat. You don't even get a moment sometimes to sit down to eat. That's a fact. Because of ding, ding, ding. No, because of call bells, they still happen in between services. And then right after that hour and a half service, you've got that small window of opportunity. There's actual paperwork that needs to be done on a flight. And it's got to do with customs because of certain cities that we land into. It's something to do with the inventory and the stock on board, you know, duty free and things like that. All of those things need to be done either before the next service starts or before the flight lands. Top it off, there's another service after that first service, and that service is the one that could take about 2.5 hours, 3 hours long. So what's 3 hours past an hour and a half? 4.5 hours. How long do we sit right after takeoff before we are allowed to take our seatbelts off? I don't know, 15 minutes? How long do we get before we need to start clearing the cabin, securing the cabin, and then land? 30 minutes. What's left on the flight? An hour. And that's where that 1 hour comes in really handy to be able to eat and get all your other stuff done. And then you've got ding, 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 ding. Okay, well that's the end of this episode. I hope it was more enjoyable than offensive. There's actually more than 9 ways to make your flight attendant hate you. There's actually 30. Just kidding. Or am I? No, seriously, I'm just kidding. If you like this video and weren't too offended, please give me a like. If you're one of those folks who is interested in becoming a flight attendant, hopefully this doesn't discourage you. There are so many perks, and if you want to talk about the perks, I've got a video on that. But those are the things that I do that make us crazy. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please pop them down below. I'll see you guys next week. Oh, that was stressful. Thanks so much for watching. For those of you who've left requests in the comment section down there, please know that I do note them down. I just have to create them and edit them. But do know that they don't just go away off into the abyss of the internet. Adios! Oh, this episode made me crazy. I'll see you guys next week.